Yep. And hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
Welcome back
back
to
to
Futsal.
another
Welcome back.
edition of the World Cup special editions of Football Tussle there still. An eventful last 7 days since our last episode there.
It's
And
been
no
crazy.
better place to start with England's howler performance against who was it against? It was against
Yeah,
USA.
shocking.
So what do you think about that performance then? Because we could spend
It was
loads of time on it, but time
we,
permitting, let's
we,
try and keep it short and simple, just like the pool game it was from
it
them.
was it was awful, and I don't know how Grealish. I know I got my vendetta against Grealish, but I don't know how Grealish gets to be the first to come on in the pecking order of when you need players to change the game. I feel like that game needed Rashford, that game needed Foden, and also it was a shame that Madison, who's been injured this whole tournament, was very much needed. Southgate needed to he needed to be a bit stronger and take off Harry Kane because we all knew Harry Kane wasn't fit for that game. So I'm just going to
It's
say all of that.
true.
Say this: Southgate needs to be careful. Or next minute you don't want to come out of the tournament.
It's true. I agree with you quickly. I'd back you up on that one. You can start with that team, but when you see what's it called after 50 minutes or 55 minutes, make changes. Don't wait to 70 minutes or whatever,
Man, it's too
because
late. It's too late, man.
Harry Kane was going into that game 80% fit. So really,
Exactly.
at
Exactly.
55, 60 minutes, take him off. Don't be afraid. He's not like he can run behind. Bring on either Rashford or Wilson to do that,
Yes.
because Harry can't
Yes.
do that. And then Foden, I don't know, he's afraid to play Foden in midfield. He only wants to play him up front. So
That's
that is
nonsense.
something that he needs to sort out, because Mount is showing nothing.
No, Mount showing
It's a
up again. You shouldn't
performance
start.
from him.
You shouldn't start in the
So
next
yes,
game.
yeah. So we'll cover that one. I mean, good performance from USA. If they had won the game, no one would have been surprised
They
after
nearly,
the performance that they
yeah,
put out.
they nearly linked it with Pulisic, the header. I mean, not the header, the shot against the crossbar that was
There
pushed
you
onto the
are.
crossbar
So,
by Pickford. But
so
I mean, obviously looking to tomorrow. I feel like England would win. They should win tomorrow against Wales because
yeah, I think 2
Wales,
0
Wales look dejected. But then it's an old English rivalry, and
It's true, but I don't see. If anything, the best I can see was getting, if it's
it's
anything, is a
a
draw.
draw.
That's
Yeah,
it. I can't see
yeah.
them beating England, even if England make at least 3 or 4 changes. The Welsh team is poor.
The
Gareth
thing,
Bale's best days are behind him. I know
oh,
he
long
scored that
gone.
penalty or whatever. Ramsey's finished, even though he came off. I mean,
Yep.
Hennessy had a shocker red card there, so the second keeper's in
Yeah.
goal there. They should
Yeah.
have maybe. We'll talk about bravery of what's it called of Southgate. Maybe the manager should have been braver and maybe taken Gareth Bale, because he was offering nothing in that game. And
Yeah.
what's it
Gary
called?
Bell, but it's the whole Ronaldo situation. This
Yeah,
manager's a bit scared there to take these players off, maybe onto
yeah,
the
it's
80.
true.
So
So we'll say England top that group. So, and then it's a battle for what's it called, second place for either Iran or USA. You think USA would just edge it a pass around there?
no, I think Iran is going to shock the world.
Oh wow.
They're gonna hold on for the draw and then win the game. I mean, they're going to hold on for
So
the
you're
draw
going.
and go through.
So I'm going for England and USA. You're going for England and Iran. No
Yep.
problem. And Wales are going back to Cardiff. Yeah. So moving on to what's it called? Group A there, with Netherlands, Ecuador, and Senegal. All three can still qualify.
Yep.
The host nation there, even though they surprised us by scoring actually a goal, are already going home, even though they don't have to travel too far.
They don't have to go too far, definitely.
So from that one, the Netherlands look good there. They blew themselves in the last game, not being able to hold on to get what's it called, to
I couldn't believe
qualify
that, man.
outright.
That
But you
was
expect, yeah, go on.
no, I
Even
couldn't
though
believe they couldn't
Valencia's
hold
done
them.
well to be joint top goal scorer or whatever, scored in both of the games he's been there. They're 3 goals from 2 games.
Fantasy,
Um,
take note, guys. Do your
oh
fantasies.
yeah, definitely. If you, even though maybe it's a bit too late if you want to waste that transfer now, because they're going. I don't know if they're going to go through. So is it Netherlands? You expect to beat Qatar
Qatar.
tomorrow, so that's
Yeah,
fine. And then the other one, Ecuador, Senegal. Toss of a coin.
I would. I don't want to blow the African teams. I want to support my brothers, but Senegal. I don't know. I don't know. I'll probably go with
It's the
Ecuador.
finishing. It's not enough, is it?
Yes, no, because Qatar. Do you know that stuff against Qatar is fine, but nah, I say Ecuador because Ecuador could have beaten Holland. Holland were
So
lucky.
so you're going for in that group, Netherlands and Ecuador.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm having to support the African brothers. So I'm going for Netherlands and Senegal to go through in that group.
Not
So we'll
blindly.
see how it goes.
We're keeping it strictly football now, but let's see.
It's true, it's true. Moving on to what's it called, Group C, which is still another 3 teams that still can qualify, which is Poland that are in first place, Argentina in second place, and Saudi Arabia in third place. Mexico, even though they got 1 point, because of the goal difference, they would have to win by quite a few goals and hope other results their way. So, in other words, let's just put them to the side, especially after their negative performance there against Argentina, who were there for the taking. So, what do you think of that game, Argentina versus Saudi Arabia? Even though Messi finally stood up those 2 goals for him.
It's a tough game because you look at the Argentinian side. They got some good midfielders: Paredes, McAllister, Enzo, and all of these guys. But then when I see them when they play, they just play like they're just defending. Like you need to take more responsibility now. It's not only Messi as the creative force. Take more responsibility. Like do more. I mean, obviously I know Di Maria is an older statesman now, but like do more. And then I feel like for me now, as the manager of Argentina, I think now is the game where you have to play Alvarez. Martinez is step because you need someone who's more mobile, and Messi could find him. I mean, Martinez is also mobile, but you need someone who's much quicker. It can't be the same lineup. I know you changed the defense, but you need players around Messi that could run more.
There's no pace. There's no pace in that team. You look at that team, what that started in the last game. Where was the pace? So for me, I agree with you. And Martinez has started both games, even though he had a few chances in the first one, which ruled off. There's no pace behind, and you need that in football. So I agree with you. He needs to be benched in that game. Poland there, what's it called? Poland would be happy with a draw. Finally, Robert Lewandowski finally opened his account in the World Cup history there still.
Apparently, that's his first World Cup goal, and after 71 goals.
Yeah. Awful, even though I don't know how many World Cups he's actually been to, but finally he's opened his account, especially as a decorated striker like him anyway. But let's not disregard Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia are playing Mexico. And if Mexico play like they did against Argentina last game, you wouldn't be surprised if Saudi Arabia go through. Poland, just be careful. Also, Argentina.
No, Argentina, be careful because
going through.
Go on. It's a tough one. This group I've actually been thinking. I wasn't too sure who was actually going to go through for this. So this one is I'm just doing it randomly. I would go with Argentina to beat Poland. Poland. So that would be, and then I feel basically Saudi Arabia, Argentina and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia have shown in their games that they tough. I would say Saudi Arabia.
On this one, I go with what you're saying there still. I think Argentina would just edge, what's it called, Poland maybe 2-1.
And I think Mexico might do
Saudi Arabia will be too mobile for the stiff Mexico there still. Because Mexico,
they still got Guardado there. Guardado's still playing. But so who knows?
But it could be that one could go. That group could go anyway. Apart from Mexico not qualifying anyway. We move on to Group D there, where the defending champions have shown their their quality there as one of the
Mbappe been on fire.
The favorite there, Mbappe, who I said last week episode, I tipped him for top goal scorer. I think he went for Messi, even though Mbappe I think is drawing and Messi's just one behind. So
Messi it's still open. Himself. It's still open.
It's still open. But yeah, for me, France have qualified there, so they're going to make a few changes for their last game against Tunisia. Even though more or less, go on.
Even though France, I mean, I know they gone through, but France still got some problems because it's looking like all these big nations now. It's looking like if they don't have one player, if Mbappe doesn't perform, the team's going to struggle.
Gone. I agree.
If Neymar ain't performing at Brazil, the team's gone. If Messi ain't performing for Argentina, the team's gone. If Lewandowski ain't scoring, Poland's like international.
It's all of them.
International football used to have loads of like great players. At least you have 3 or 4 in a nation where you could, you know what I mean? These days is just I don't know.
That one or two. Yeah. So in that group there, obviously France are qualified there. So France versus Tunisia, even though France will make a few changes, you expect France to win that game. What about the other game there? It's Denmark have to beat Australia. Can Denmark do it? Because Denmark look offensively poor as well. Another team that looks like they need another striker of note. Cornelius is too stiff.
You know, Cornelius, Poulsen. What if I was? I'm
what's happened to Ericsson. He's not turned up this tournament as well. Maybe too tired.
None of them have turned up, and I'm surprised because the performance is a massive contrast with the qualifying performance where they beat France. And so they were on great form coming into this tournament. I thought they were going to push on, and they were talking about the left back who's the right winger, Melee or whatever his name is, and all of these good players. And but I still see them being Australia. I feel tomorrow they're going to be Australia 2-1.
Yeah, what's it called? So yeah, so you're
France and Denmark.
We're going for France and Denmark. I think what's it called? I don't know, Denmark a bit shaky. I'm going for France.
Let's go
Aussies. Aussie.
Listen, I told you, they'll be chaos if they do.
Aussie will get a draw. I think Australia can get a draw, and that's all they need. So I'm going for France and Australia. You're going for
Denmark. Denmark could be a bit more braver. I'll Denmark win.
Well, hopefully we'll see how that goes. Moving on to Group E, there, Spain. What's it called? Japan and Costa Rica and Germany. All four teams can qualify. Even though Costa Rica, even though they've got an awful goal difference, because they got that win, it puts them in a good chance there still. They've got -6 goal difference, and you would expect that to be last. But Germany, they got some little bit of life. Actually putting on a striker scored.
It's true.
Spain blew it. Spain blew it.
I know Spain. Spain, but I see Spain beating Japan.
Yeah, I expect Spain to beat Japan, but I'm just saying Spain had a chance to put out a mighty old foe.
Yeah,
and what's it called? We still give them a bit of a lifeline.
But Germany, nothing to be afraid of. But look at the German side; they're struggling. I don't know why they got rid of like different old guys. They got rid of Hummels. They got rid of Özil, Tony Kroos. Okay, obviously Marcus Rashford was injured again. But why is Muller still there? I don't know. Why is Muller such a golden boy in Germany where he's always in there for buying for I'm sorry, Muller had a speciality, but you're not doing it no more. Why is he starting?
The magic's gone.
Why is it starting? So Germany really need to think about it, and they really need Sané to play because the cameo performance.
He has to start. He has to. If he's starting anyway, I'll be surprised if he's not starting tomorrow anyway. Because
I heard he's got niggling injuries
when they play. These must.
Injuries, but you let him play with the plane. Let him play with the plane.
Yeah. There's no point waiting anymore. Musiala has been excellent for them.
Twinkle toes.
For me, what's it called in that group? As you said, it's going to be Spain and Germany going through.
Yeah, likewise for me. I think Germany will be too much for Costa Rica. Because I don't see how Germany will make the mistake Japan made. No. And I think Spain, even though Spain will be too much for Japan. So I was in Spain, Germany.
So we're both on the same. Quickly moving on to Group F. Croatia, Morocco, and Belgium. Canada's gone. So I think Croatia, I think Croatia and so what's it? It's Croatia versus Belgium, isn't it?
Yeah.
Croatia, unless they play Lukaku, because I've never seen a poor, what's it called, striker in Match, but why, whatever his name is. I can't pronounce his name. I have to pronounce his name so badly because he's so crap. So I can't even give him the privilege of correcting myself. So I've never seen such a poor performance from a striker. But there's turmoil. There's always a country that's in turmoil. Holland used to be the team before. Now it's Belgium, where they've been called too old by Kevin De Bruyne, and there's in-house fighting.
In-house fighting. Yeah. I feel that the major culprit to blame in the Belgian
Martinez.
Is Martinez, exactly, because you've been there for at least like half a decade, and you needed to see that some players were getting old. So people like Vertonghen, Handerweider. You needed to feed in new people in there, and then you're playing Witzel and Onana. Well, last week was Timmerlands. You have to make that midfield work. For me, as a Belgian guy, if you at least play 3-4-3 or play 4-3-3, and now you could have Witzel and Onana protecting the old dogs. And Hazard is done now. I love Hazard. He's done.
Hazard is hazardous now. He's hazardous now. They say, don't touch it. Don't touch this stuff unless you're protected.
You
And
exactly.
that's what's happened. Have you got
It's
the
been
gloves?
it's been an expensive virus that Real Madrid can't get rid of
Yeah,
because
the most
he,
expensive.
I mean, in
So
bits, he shows flashes in tiny bits, but it's not good enough.
but
And
there's no more place to go away.
there's
So
no there's
let's
you
agree.
the young guy needed to play for them. They'll have some pace in the team, man.
Yeah,
Or
I
Penda,
don't
or
know
wherever
why
you
the
have
lesser
some pace in the team.
defender. I don't know why the lesser defender's not
Please,
playing at back
exactly,
there. But
exactly.
let's
I
move.
don't get it. Yeah.
Let's do our predictions. Croatia to go through with either a draw or beat Belgium tomorrow. I mean, when they play.
Yeah. I'll say Croatia and Morocco are going through. Belgium are going to be out.
Yeah,
Martinez
yeah, I agree with you. What's it
and
called? What
Henri
was it?
go back to
Croatia.
go learn some stuff from
Yeah,
Arteta there.
yeah. Croatia, Morocco going through, and as you said, Belgium going back home with their OAPs and Martinez sacked and Henri. I don't know what kind of attacking coach you are, but that's why whatever his name is not learning from him. But we'll move on to
Definitely
the
not learning.
group G there, and
Maybe
what's it
do some
called?
nationality switching.
Well, he has to, but it's too late. What's it? Brazil qualifies. So even though Brazil were they didn't deserve to win today. They were poor. They were ordinary, as you said.
So
Another
cool,
team
man.
that when Neymar's not one player is
Yeah.
missing, they look ordinary. Rafinha has not lived up to the what's it called
He's
to
been
the
poor this. He's been poor this season for Barcelona and Brazil.
yeah.
And for me,
I don't know what lineup midfield he was starting today with a Brazilian coach there. Why were you so shook of them and what's it called and Switzerland by bringing in Fred as a replacement for
no, I don't think it was
Neymar?
that bad.
Why?
I don't think it was that bad. I feel that
He feels dead.
no, Paqueta
Casemiro
was
showed his quality, but yeah.
Paqueta was the awful one, and I feel like if you next time they're gonna play midfield like that, you have Guimaraes there because Guimaraes could do a bit of both. So why is it not? It's a bit like Casemiro, except they waiting for that when Casemiro gets injured, Guimaraes comes in. But nah, Brazil looked awful. I don't see Rafinha starting. He shouldn't start the next game. Anthony should be starting,
No,
or
you
give it
go.
a run, or start someone different, or
Well, he
Rodrigo.
can anyway. He can now do that anyway because of they've qualified. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
still whatever team that they put out, you expect it to be enough to beat Cameroon there. So in other words, what we're going for, we're going for Brazil obviously are qualified. So it's a toss between Switzerland and Serbia. I think
Ah,
Serbia
I'm,
might just have enough.
mm, I know you like your Mitrovic, but I'm gonna go with Switzerland on this one and Bolo.
Okay. So
I
you
feel
go.
like Switzerland in both games. What I like about the manager, each game he tweaks against the position.
Oh
So
yeah,
against Brazil
Shaqiri was
today,
dropped.
he,
Yeah.
so I feel as I would say Switzerland. So I think Serbia, Switzerland would be a draw, and that would be enough for them to go through.
I'm going for Brazil and Serbia, even though Serbia blew themselves there. What's it called? What was the score? They drew, isn't it, with
Yeah,
Cameroon?
yeah,
After
3-3.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
even though very good substitutions there, because this tournament's about what's it called managers making substitutes at the right moment to
And
change games, and it's happened numerous times with different managers to bring on
yeah,
super subs to change the game.
and
So well
10 minutes
done
of extra
to
time.
Cameroon's manager there. What's it called? So yeah, moving on to the final group, which was they played today there. What's it called? Portugal there, they're through there. And
Yeah,
then Ghana got their first win there. The African clubs are showing some good fight in the last few games now. And so you got Portugal qualified. Then it's a fight between Ghana and South Korea. South Korea being awful. Uruguay, my God, my goodness.
awful,
Nunes.
awful.
I don't want to think too much about my Liverpool Nunes.
He was rubbish tonight.
The
He was
less I
awful.
say, the better.
He was
Moving
awful.
on anyway. Portugal gone through. So who are we going to join Portugal? Because what is it? Portugal versus South Korea,
Yeah,
and then you got Ghana versus Uruguay looking for
payback for many
revenge.
years.
Yeah,
Payback. That would be a grudge match as well.
Suarez.
I see a
Yeah,
red card there as well. I see a red card in that game.
I
Um,
think more from
but
Uruguay, unless what's it
but
called, Ghana's losing, they might lose their minds. But yeah,
yeah, but I just want to say, well done to the Portuguese manager today taking off Ronaldo. That's the kind of even though it's like those last 10 minutes of the game, that is bravery. You could play and
you have
perform
to
it.
be strong. You have to be strong.
You know,
And another thing is, Ronaldo, are you that desperate for a goal? Are you that
he's
desperate?
been
You
trying
knew
to
you
claim
didn't
Fernandez.
touch it. Yeah, you knew you didn't touch it, Ronaldo, but you're still trying to claim it as well. Brilliant from Ronaldo. But well done for
Guy,
FIFA and everyone getting the camera in to say
he's so
that it wasn't
centered on
him.
that one.
And
He's so
all those people,
centered.
Ronaldo in your accumulator or whatever, or your fantasy team. Ha ha. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, so
Keep your personal vendetta off the show, man. I don't know
no,
what
it's
fantasy
true,
you
it's
play,
true.
but keep it off the show.
Well done there, well done.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, so Portugal already through. So who are you going to join them?
I'm gonna go with my African brothers on this one, Portugal and Ghana.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with what's it called, Portugal and Ghana as well still. But yeah, I mean, what's it called? It's been a very good World Cup. Majority of the games have been good. We've had the sleepy games there where you're falling
England.
asleep, you don't even want to bother watch them, like the England game, for example. There,
Yeah.
the first half of Argentina versus Mexico and
Yeah.
Denmark. A couple of Denmark's games have been howlers as well still because they're not showing
Oh,
any
uh,
offensive threats there. But yeah,
yeah.
go on.
Yeah, no, that, and I was gonna say, Costa Rica against Japan, even though that wasn't a boring game somewhat, but just both teams like you're just lacking in class to push over the line. So, but
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it so far, man. It's been a great tournament.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, what's it called? As we said about Wales, Wales have what let themselves down. I mean, you could have thought they might have been able to get a results against Iran after the game against USA. Belgium there. How are Belgium number 2 in the world? Anyway, these rankings are funny things
Yeah, they're
anyway,
funny
because
anyway.
as you said,
Yeah.
how they can be I don't even know, toothless there. They don't even look like they're working as a team.
Exactly.
We don't know what's happening over there still, but as we now go into week 3, we'll finalize the game week 3 or whatever. We'll finalize it now, and we'll see how it goes for the knockout stages starting from Saturday onwards. But
Yep.
yeah, well done. I hope you enjoyed this World Cup second edition of Football Tussle special. So send in comments, send in likes.
Subscribe and share it across, man.
There you go.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.